Okay, folks, this will be an interesting one, maybe challenging. It's a bit boring, but it could look a treat, perhaps. Let's see if we can make it look good. I found it on the ground, so it's a bit grungy and yucky. It's made of paper, so I can't simply put it in and wash it. So I can't wash it. So I think I'm going to make this one the dot matrix for sure to get more heaviness. It's a bit wishy-washy. I don't know how big we're going to make it. We'll do that after. Okay, let's see what this is. We've not done this. Anyway, expiry time. This is a parking meter receipt. So we're going to utilise this. I can hear a channel build cuckoo making its noise. It's horrible noise. This is going to be an interesting one. This a little bit less than A6 and a lot less than A6 on the verticals. I think the vertical is probably going to be about 400. Anyway, that's come up looking quite a treat. Colour, the density of it looks really good. I don't think we've got the whole thing in the page. I think it's on a slant. You can just see, I didn't notice that watermark. That's interesting how that the photocopier just brought it out. Interesting, folks. I think we got it on crookedly. I don't like it crooked. I don't like things to be crooked if I can avoid it, folks. Bit lighter, folks. Yeah, I think we got it almost right. Looks really nice. Yeah, it looks a bit better. Looks crooked though. I don't know why it's crooked. Don't know why, folks. Shouldn't worry too much about it being crooked. Adds a bit of character. I think we're just going to leave it like that. We're not going to get too fussy. So we're just going to switch it over. We're going to do something interesting with this. I'm going to strip out the black because the black is the next colour that's going to run out when it runs out, and I don't want it to run out too soon because I don't have a spare toner cartridge to replace We're going to utilise this and we're going to make it into a movement piece. It's nice solid black, I really like it. Got it a bit caught at the beginning, I don't know how that turned out. Anyway, that's come up looking quite interesting. Looks a bit yucky without the black, however. I do think maybe... don't know why it looks shit without the black. Maybe we could throw the black in, or maybe we can... yeah, it looks shit without the black, actually. But it was it made it look nice as shape-wise. So we're just going to put that around like so. Yeah, that looks interesting, but it doesn't look as good as this version, even though this version has no black. Going to utilise this. I'm just trying to work it out, folks. Anyway, the colour in that looks really nice. I can see some really nice marbling happening. I do wonder if I could angle this and make this into something interesting. I wonder if I can maybe angle it, maybe take a section out of that. Or maybe we'll use that as our next master copy. Going to try and focus on that a little bit. Yeah, that's come up brilliant. The colour in that is absolutely exquisite, and the patterns, they look really nice. I think we could utilise that. We could perhaps take a section like this and make it into something. So we're going to make it into something, folks. So we're just going to try and approximately find where to put this, make it look good. That's looking good, actually. I do think maybe I could enlarge it down further to get this in the frame and maybe a little bit less on the horizontal, but it's got promise. I do think I might have to move it across a little bit, or a fair amount. Just going to move it across. And the vertical's got to go bigger. I'm going to move it up a little bit as well. It's going to go up slightly. Yeah, that's looking better. I do think maybe I have to move it across a bit once again, because I've got that against the edge and I want to show that. So I've got to move it across, but it's looking promising. Although we don't like this area here, but if we enlarge it down, we can't enlarge it much further down, but I can actually see a pattern emerging here. So I can move it down, or maybe we don't. That's a tough one, folks. It's always a tough dilemma with these artworks that I create on the photocopier. You just don't know how it's going to work, and you don't always see something until you see it later. It's really quite intriguing, and it's quite difficult at times to do something that you think is going to look really nice. But that shows, folks, that photocopier art isn't always, quote unquote, easy. It's like any art form. It's got its challenges. People have got to realise that just because you're using a photocopier or a machine, that it's somehow easy. Not always, folks. It's not always the case. As you can see, it can be extremely challenging, folks. So I'm going to make this vertical even bigger. You've got to have a lot of instinct in you as well to do this successfully, because it's very hard to always do it logically. It's really quite challenging, folks. Very challenging, extremely. It's not an easy task doing this kind of art, even though it looks easy and you'd think it is easy. Can be sometimes, but often it's not. I don't know which way I'm going to make the centre of the job. That's confusing, folks. Yeah, that's come up looking better, actually. I think we could still use the original scheme as well as the new version, or maybe not the new version. The new version is looking a bit thin. This version looks better. I do wonder if maybe I'll still have to lessen the enlargement on the horizontal, or that's a tough one, or maybe increase it. That's a tricky piece, folks, this one. We're running with it. My intuition's telling me, folks. I almost forgot in some respects this was a parking ticket that we were starting to work with. A parking ticket. Of all things, a black and white fucking parking ticket. Something that someone wouldn't want to receive. I don't know if it was an expiry one, like when you get fined, or if it was just a ticket that you pay for and you're just parking. You're not overstaying your park. Yeah, I can hear a dog barking. Sometimes they do bark. They don't bark all through the night normally. Doesn't bother me. I'm not right near it. I don't like all these white areas. That's what I was trying to eliminate, folks. Was some of these white areas that you can see. These big areas of white. Yeah, that's come up looking quite a treat. Even though I don't like the white areas, but the white areas I think probably do add some character. I think we can now call this demo quits.